Hello and welcome to this weekend market analysis. Well, I am glad to be back. As you know, we have been away for some time because of the market condition. As you probably know, since the Russia and Ukraine war started, the market has been quite untradeable and of course not friendly to us. Well, we have been doing some background trading, and I will just scroll through a few of our results in a small account. All right, it's a small account. This is like a 3 months history. All right, 3 months from January to March. All right, you can see the numbers right here. You can see what has been coming on. A little profit. Well, the market seems to be picking up, so we may want to go public and try to see how it plays out in the next few weeks, all right, before we fully implement our signal service. Well, let's look into the Forex Factory economical calendar as usual to see those high impact news announcements scheduled for this upcoming trading week. As you can see, we have quite a lot for this week. So much, all right. It is heavily loaded from Monday to Friday. In fact, we have interest rates announcements. You can see that the FOMC for the American dollar, okay, heavy one there. The sterling pounds, another heavy one, heavy one right here. Then we have other high impact news announcement. Well, if you are an intraday trader, you want to give serious attention to all of these heavyweight high impact news announcement that are scheduled for this upcoming trading week. Okay, now let's move into the chart where I'm going to be looking into a few pairs and beginning with the euro against the American dollar. Like I said, the market seems to be picking up. We are beginning to see some interesting price movement in the monthly time frame where we saw that fall to the downside, and in fact another rise. All right, is it a pullback? Is it a reversal? Well, there is no hint, no sign at the moment. We haven't gotten any serious reversal candle here, so don't be surprised if price drops back down. So we are going to, for now, have this trend line. It's not really a good trend line for me. I would really not like this type of trend line, but I'm just going to keep it. All right, chances are that price may not respect this trend line. Chances are that may be coming down soon. Okay, but anything can happen at this time. Remember, if this is holding, then we've gotten the breakout right there. All right, price has broken out. Is this a pullback? Well, not looking good to me. Is this going to be a reversal formation? Well, that is still not clear to us. So for now, on the euro against the American dollar in the monthly time frame, we are just going to be watching price here to see what's going to happen. In the weekly time frame, well, what do we have? So you can see here on that retracement, whether it's a retracement or a breakout, we are seeing price stalled around this axis. Okay, more of a possible range formation. So we are going to mark our levels of support and resistance. This one here, I'm going to be precise about that. Sorry, let me just be more accurate. Okay, I want to keep it within the weekly and lower time frames. Take that to blue. Then the high right there. Okay, so I'm just going to have I'm anticipating the possibility of a range. Okay, so if it from here on, if it comes down, bounce again, then we will have that effective range. If it's break to the downside, then we'll be looking for more downside. For now, price is trading on the possibility of a range, a sideways bias. Okay, in the daily time frame, what do we have in the daily time frame? Let me zoom in again. You can see the heavy congestion that we have had here. All right, price has been sideways after this move to the downside. It has been sideways, and of course we got this level of support, maybe this one here, resistance. Let me just keep that that high there as resistance. Okay, I want to keep that line from the daily downwards, and of course red line. I need the red line. All right, always anytime I see a red line, I know that level is coming from the daily time frame. All right, so as you can see here, we have that sideways bias, and right now price is trading in the middle of nowhere. It is not near resistance and it is not near support, so you want to avoid taking any entry in the middle of nowhere. In the 4 hours time frame, I doubt if we are going to be finding anything. Well, you will only see that price is in this range, zigzagging up and down, right? No clear direction, and so it's a range, and of course it is still trading in the middle of the range, so you don't want to trade at that middle, so you just have to wait. Let's have a clear direction, then we can trade the euro against the American dollar. Right, let's look into the euro against the Canadian dollar. I mean euro against the Canadian dollar. Okay, euro against the Canadian dollar. In the monthly time frame, well, this pair is maybe a trend line broken there. I'm just going to keep not a trusted trend line. You can keep it just like the euro against the American dollar. That level there got broken, no pullback. All right, no pullback yet. Since it got broken to the upside, we are seeing a sideways bias. Well, what is holding price around here? Why is this area so difficult for price to pull through? For 2 months, price hesitated around that area, and for the 3rd month, it is still struggling. So let's see. Well, you can see this area has been acting as a support there, right? It got broken. Price went around there again, acted as resistance. Now price came back, and now it is acting as resistance. Okay, so we are going to keep a level there of resistance. I want that to be in the monthly time frame only. Okay, so it's a problematic zone. That's it. Support there, resistance here, resistance here. It's a problematic zone. Be careful hitting on your buy button around that area. Now let's see the weekly time frame. In the weekly time frame, well, what am I seeing here? Well, that level that we talked about, this one, this one, this one. So we're just going to keep our level there as well as a level of resistance. Remember, we're talking about the euro against the Canadian dollar. Okay, keeping it around weekly. Okay, weekly using the blue line. All right, so that's the key level. Okay, so what happened last week? Price was able to close above, just above that level. You can see how price in fact we got a congestion here. It's a congestion. That's a congestion. That high, this is the low. Price zigzagging. All right, and eventually it seems you are getting a breakout, but then the breakout is not happening in a good fashion. Okay, so in the daily time frame, what do we have? Well, this is a micro trend line. I may want to keep this level just to show that I have a rising trend line. Okay, but not so good, not good enough. So I'm not really going to let me not keep that level. I'm going to keep a high. Okay, change that to right. Daily. All right, I keep that high. That's high. All right, so for the euro against the Canadian dollar, this is the levels of support and resistance. Well, I am expecting price to maybe turn around somewhere here and start coming down, or to go up to that area somewhere there and start coming down. Remember, we are trading in a heavy level of resistance in the monthly time frame. Okay, so for me, I will want to be looking for only short opportunities in this pair. Maybe, like I said, around somewhere here, come down, or around that level of resistance, then we can begin to come down. For now, there is no hint of an entry, and so we will just be following the market to see what's going to happen. Okay, if you look into the forward time frame, let me just keep this level here. In the forward time frame, now we'll change that line to green. You will see that we have a typical breakout congestion continuation pattern. All right, see that line? It got broken, all right, with this candle right there, solid breakout, and immediately we're having a congestion. This is a valid breakout congestion continuation pattern, so we should expect maybe another bullish candle right there as the market is going to open, depending on the momentum. But we are not going to be trading this because it is happening at the very wrong time, all right, the quiet time of the market, and so we are not going to be trading that. Actually, it is a valid, all right, it is a valid setup. If this was happening around the London NY session, we would have traded that, but for this time we are not going to trade it. Okay, so maybe this will give the hint that price is going to push up, then somewhere in the air turn back down, or we can have a little push and somewhere in the air come back down. So just be careful going long, because price is trading around our heavy monthly resistance zone. Remember, we talked about this, all right? So that's resistance zone, and so be careful hitting on your buy button. All right, now let's look at the Australian dollar against the American dollar. Well, this is the monthly time frame. Well, in the monthly time frame, this is a very far level of support, so we can just maintain that one. Very far level of support. Then I am seeing some kind of trending market scenario here with the zigzag and zigzag. Okay, so we will have a trend line. Let's just keep that outer trend line from here to here. Okay, that's the outer trend line. Zigzag in there. All right, price has not yet gotten to that area, and so we can now leave this one the way it is. Now let's look into the weekly time frame. In the weekly time frame, well, I am seeing some levels of resistance. This double top right here, then this level right here. So we're going to keep those two levels. Okay, just to get it aligned properly. That's the level of resistance. I'm keeping that in the weekly time frame. Then I will also keep this one here as support. Okay, so we have price is zigzagging and now in the middle of nowhere, so you have to be extremely careful. If this pattern is going to hold true, if this zigzag is going to hold true, then we may still be heading to the downside, but at the same time we may also have something like this. All right, so we have a flat top triangle. All right, so a flat top triangle is also possible, so be careful. Let's wait for that clear hint. In the daily time frame, what do we have? Well, let me zoom in for you to see. There's a trend line. There used to be a trend line here. Let's keep that line. As you can see, that trend line is now being broken. Okay, that's the beginning of the trend line. The bounce got some problems right here, but now price is sitting outside the trend line. So for me, well, maybe I have to keep this trend line. Let me just keep it there. Okay, daily, just keep it red. So what will I be looking out for? For me, I will be looking out for price to make some advances. I want price to make some advances, then make some pullbacks to somewhere around in here. Then I'll be looking for the possibility of a long entry. So for now, it is still too early, so let's just wait for price to move around. As long as this trend line has been broken, you want to be very hesitant hitting on your sell button. All right, so you should be looking for opportunities to go long. All right, so in the forward time frame, what do we have? We got I am seeing a problematic zone here. That's a top that we have to watch. All right, I'm going to keep that level, and what will be my plan in case price goes above that level. Let me keep my line first, change it to green. Okay, then I have a level of support here. Now if price kicks above that level, maybe pushes above that level, then I'll be waiting for a pullback and maybe for a continuation move. But the best area we'll be watching would be in the daily time frame. That is my where I will have my eyes on. Okay. All right, so there are many pairs to review, but for now we have not found any valid opportunity. As soon as we find one, of course, for those of you who are members of our Telegram channel, our WhatsApp group, you will get that notification once we find anything interesting. Thanks for watching. I will talk to you again hopefully soon. Bye for now.